Growing up in the 90s was a really good time. Almost every day before school, the Sonic cartoon would be on, and me and my brother would watch it and watch this blue hedgehog make this angry, obese madman pissed off every single day, right before going to kindergarten. We never paid attention as to why. Obviously, we were kids, and we just enjoyed the cartoon. The best part of watching this cartoon was the fact that there was also this learning lesson segment after almost every episode, where Sonic would run around the screen and then tell you something that you shouldn't do because it was either bad to yourself, other people, or the environment. Don't do drugs. Don't be mean. Don't litter your trash. Be kind to others. However, don't talk to strangers, etc., etc., etc. You know, all that woke shit. So imagine my surprise while being a fully grown dinosaur, watching a 2-hour sequel of a woke animal movie for kids and seeing 5 minutes of black people existing for comedic effect. Thanks, Obama. What the fuck, Hollywood? Hi guys, did you see my little mini rant and how woke the entertainment I enjoy is? You see, I'm starting to participate in this grift where, as I realize my views on the content I make aren't consistently high or viral, I decide to do what most white guys on social media platforms do, which is complain about inclusivity and act like pointing it out somehow affects me in the most oppressive way. And it was especially appropriate for me to mention that regarding the Sonic franchise. So this is what I'm going to talk about today. I'm not exactly a Sonic fan, but considering Sonic has been or has rotated around my life for the past couple of years, I thought it would be funny to mention. Not also because I saw the original video and people's reactions to it and I thought it was funny, but also because... No, that was exactly it. The take this person had was just so funny, considering he was complaining about maybe one of the most woke franchises in gaming today. But I mean, yeah. To make a long story short, he was talking about the Sonic franchise as a whole within his 22-minute video, but then decided that it'd be an opportune time to mention in the middle of his video that the wedding ceremony, of which lasted maybe 10 to 12 minutes in the, again, 2-hour movie of the Sonic sequel, was 10 to 12 minutes too long because he went to the movie to watch Sonic and his pals, and he would have rather seen the gun agents in the movie fighting with Sonic and not a bunch of humans. But also goes on to mention how Hollywood is woke and DEI is an actual issue. It's funny to me that he would point out and seemingly act bothered regarding the inclusion of humans in the Sonic movie, but at no point wanted to mention how, essentially because Sonic gets warped into this new world or whatever, he's seemingly stupid and needs to be taught shit by this random white dude who, I guess, manages to adopt him throughout the movie series. Now, if I wanted to go onto a reverse DEI rant and wonder why the white savior complex has to be shown in my Sonic movie, I could. Sonic's not an idiot and doesn't need some random civilian to teach him how the world works, even if he manages to go to a different world. Where was the random white guy to show me how the digital world worked and how to fix it when I played Sonic Frontiers? Oh, I didn't need one. So why is this guy around in a movie where I mainly want to see these three? Oh, does his character exist to help move along the plot and bring about comedic banter and effect within the movie? Oh, if that's the case, then one could argue that this did the same thing. Even though it wasn't funny to me, it probably was to someone else, and I can only assume so because when I did watch the movie, people in the theater were cracking up at this very stupid scene that I thought was dumb. But hey, obviously other people enjoyed it. So with that, I guess I'll chill out because now my point is moot. Even though I didn't like it, obviously other people did. See, even if I go on a stupid rant that focuses on race and inclusivity, at some point I have to realize it's dumb because, hey Silas, if you're mad that they are in the Sonic movie dealing with Sonic-themed forces, you must also be mad that this guy is here. But I wonder why you're not bothered that this guy is here. I wonder. Not to mention, while ranting about the Sonic franchise, I wonder why never, if at all, did you mention the Sonic anime, where primarily the entire show centered around Sonic and friends, but also these humans, and mainly little Timmy, going on Sonic adventures for 100 plus episodes, even though half of this cast were barely capable of keeping up. Truly, I wonder why you never mentioned that. Odd. Maybe it's because your mini rant of watching humans do a thing you'd like to see Sonic do, that narrative wouldn't have fit for the entirety of this series. And when really a person of your stature mentioning DEI at all means one very clear thing. Y'all know what I'm gonna say. Bigotry. It's just crazy to me that anyone would mention anything or even fix their lips to complain about woke Hollywood within the Sonic franchise, considering that Sonic is, again, one of the most woke franchises in the gaming industry. I don't think they do it anymore in the games, but at least in the earlier ones, anytime you destroyed a robot as Sonic or even any one of his friends, an animal would explode out of it. That's because Eggman or Robotnik or whatever was using the animals to power his machines and essentially destroy the environment. So yeah, you could say that Sonic is an environmentalist who's against Eggman, who I can assume is practically a trillionaire, considering he has enough money to create armies of robots at will, as well as weapons of mass destruction, as well as having access to an ark on the moon or near it. I forgot. But either way, has ties to that. So he comes from money and apparently has ties with the government or gun, considering these agents never seem to have the time or energy to arrest or get rid of him, but instead the blue hedgehog that seems to plague Eggman and everything that he represents. So yeah, to realize all of that while claiming to be a Sonic fan, but then going on to imply that Sonic is woke, means that your brain is too slow and you probably shouldn't trust the franchise to begin with, considering it doesn't seem like you pay attention to the overall brand in the slightest. But again, this is clearly your grift attempt, considering your videos as of late haven't gotten any views. I think the last one you got that made very significant numbers was your Persona one. Notice how you didn't have to be a bigot in that video in order to get genuine views, but now you're relying on this grift because, of course, your other videos didn't get any other views, so now you're relying on essentially being a bigot and problematic. Like, okay, I get it. You wanted to pull an Andy Pants who used to talk about liking every Xbox related game or whatever, and then when he realized that the views weren't coming in as much as they could, he switched over to grifting and complaining about whatever bigots complain about, which is essentially inclusivity, and then his numbers racked up, and you're hoping the same thing could happen. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I see it. I would, however, suggest that you go back to what you did regarding your Persona vid and actually just talk about things that interest you instead of, switching over to a side that's victimhood rests on the fact that people who look like you don't feel centered anymore in video games and media, even though a majority of people who look like you are in charge of those video games and media. Either way, I don't know. I guess you would have better luck talking about DEI in Fortnite, but even then, again, you would still sound pretty stupid. Either way, the things that went about in this guy's video that he decided to talk about was actually pretty funny because, he had Sonic fans in the first half by ranting about a few of the issues that the franchise actually struggles with, so his points were pretty solid in the first half of his video. But then, yeah, he went on to complain briefly about woke Hollywood, and right then and there, he completely lost the plot and people's interest, I think. I don't know what the plan was there. I think he thought that if he'd slip a little seed of hate midway into his semi-intellectual rant about the Sonic team's questionable decisions regarding the Sonic franchise, people would just keep nodding and not pay attention at all, and I guess be, somewhat brainwashed by the talking points or Whatever the case, I don't know what the plan was here. Either way, it's just weird because to like Sonic is to essentially like wokeness. So to complain about anything woke within the Sonic fandom is nothing short of ironic. And honestly, I have never been so proud of the Sonic fans flaming this guy because he was on to nothing during that aspect of the video. And even after mentioning it, he lost people's interest. How can I listen to anything you say after the 15-minute mark of your vid if what you just said was dumb? I feel as though I should clarify my comments on Sonic 2's diversity quota, as it may seem over the top considering the video's subject matter. The stance is based on Paramount's track record with such mandates, specifically how they'll force it in on a script regardless of whether or not it fits. It's an industry-wide Hollywood issue, and Paramount have been shown to participate heavily in it. Modern Star Trek being the main example. I understand it may come across as rather inflammatory for a Sonic video, but it's an issue I felt worth highlighting, as I believe it is a problem in Western media, and I wish Sega would exercise more control over their IP to prevent California nonsense infecting their scripts. This video sucks, not gonna lie. Sonic movies are ruined by the woke, bro, onto nothing. Bro is not cooking, bro is getting banned from cooking school with this one. No way you made this whole video and thought to yourself, yeah, people are gonna 100% take me seriously when I talk about wokeness in Sonic the Hedgehog. What does black characters have to do with the side plot in movie 2, dude? Diversity is forced into Sonic, so we're just gonna act like Sonic Unleashed isn't a thing or what? Do we all remember that one bit from the SADX manual where it says the only thing Sonic hates is oppression? Oh, no reason, I was just reminded of it. Black family exists in movie. Force DEI, pushing a DEI agenda, and it's just a black woman playing a character in a movie. Like, just to be sure, dude, a series where the most beloved story features a little girl getting shot thanks to the military-industrial complex, and the hero getting unfairly arrested by the police and his friends busting him out without question, where even the series' simpler stories usually feature an egotistical man using technology to destroy nature and allow pollution to run unchecked for no one's benefit other than his own. And you think the series is woke because one terrible scene in one good movie centered on 2 black minor support characters. Like, be for real, man.